Back here on America's Weather Center, the snow finally melting. The ground perhaps won't be bare for very long. Yet another winter storm targeting the Northeast this weekend. Philadelphia, low-hanging cloud deck. Rain moving through this morning. Temperatures are in the 40s, but major cities along the I-95 corridor are bracing for a potentially powerful nor'easter. Millions should expect snow, but questions still remain on just how much. Let's bring in a meteorologist Jersey residents love, president and CEO of Norcast Media Group, Nor'easter, Nick Pittman. Nick, I'm so happy to chat with you. My family follows along with you down on the Jersey Shore. They always say to me, well, what's Nor'easter Nick have to say about it?
No, I really appreciate it. It's an honor to be here. I've been following along with your journey, so it's nice to connect virtually and talk about something that we both love and are passionate about, right?
Absolutely. So let's talk about it, because a lot of
Sure.
chatter, and I'm sure you're getting flooded with questions. Here we are, another day closer to the weekend. How do you feel this all kind of shapes up for us? You know, the Philly area, Jersey Shore, definitely
Sure.
a kind of a agreement now that we're going to get an impactful snowstorm.
Well, Jane, it's funny. This has been a tremendous winter for snow lovers, right? The past few winters have been absolutely paltry. And as soon as it started snowing in December, we knew that this was going to be a little bit of a different winter, right? La Nina, weak to neutral state right now. We are transitioning over to an El Nino eventually. So that the pattern's not your traditional strong La Nina that we are used to. Snow likes to breed more snow. And that is exactly where we are right now. And I think people were disillusioned to the fact that, oh, you see the warm CPC maps coming out. Oh, winter's over, spring is here. Well, no, we told people there's going to be more winter weather. And I think a system like this is going to catch a lot of people off guard, especially when, Philly, New York City, Boston, up to Cape Cod, DC, you're probably going to look at a baseline of about 5 or 6 inches, but this is really going to be a coastal producer. So I think that there's going to be an opportunity as this deepens to see a few hours of blizzard conditions, which the last time we had a blizzard warning in effect was back in 2022. Towards the Philly metro area, maybe less of a situation like that, but the winds are going to be tremendous. We're looking at gusts 40, 50 miles an hour. So all of a sudden you got to start talking about power outages and communicating that message. And then on top of that, a lot of folks think that snow is all fun and games, and it is. I love snow. I'm like one of the biggest snow lovers there is out there. But there's other complications that come with nor'easters and deepening lows. Tidal flooding is going to be a concern for a
Coastal
couple
erosion.
rounds on. Yes, coastal erosion. That is a significant issue up and down the beaches in Brigantine and LBI and the Wildwood. So
Exactly.
this is really a multi-pronged impact event that a lot of people are going to have to prepare for. And I think we're finally there, where we're able to put that communication together in terms of those specific details and get into the minutia of it all that we haven't been able to do. This isn't like that storm a few weeks ago where we knew what was coming. 3 full days out, we were very confident about this. But
And
this one's a
the
little bit different.
challenge too, right? With messaging,
Oh, yeah.
because I can't remember a time in which models have been in total disagreement with such a short lead time. Far too close for comfort. And it's also a challenge in and of itself of how we put that message out, putting together our forecasts with confidence.
Sure.
Because the thing is, we're here to be confident and to be accurate. And
Right.
that is something, as we get closer to the event, sometimes folks want it to be, a 4 or 5 day lead time. And I love when we can do that. But
Right.
this storm has been giving us a bit of a run for our money. Talk about the approach that you take when you look at these models, and also to just kind of getting over the fact that, like, we've had this windshield wiper effect, right? Those clickbait forecasts,
Right.
in a digital media sense, really driving that home for your audience, and the approach that you use to kind of maybe try to get the message out
Yeah.
over the hype.
Well, I think first of all, it's important to realize that our words have tremendous weight, because you have OEMs going off of school districts, teachers, hospitals, whatever. They're watching what we're saying, and we have to be as accurate and precise as possible. Whereas the average weather enthusiast on Facebook is gonna, maybe they have a love for weather, but they don't necessarily understand the nuances of everything. And the idea that they could put out a snowfall map that's 2 feet 5 days in advance, get everybody riled up, and then 9 times out of 10, that falls flat on its face. So I think, in the digital space that we're in today, we're in a situation where folks don't necessarily know where that source of information is coming from. So they just see a pretty weather map and they're like, oh, it must come from a reputable source. And I think that's how we get all put in the same basket of, oh, must be nice to get paid and be wrong 50% of the time, when
Right.
human accuracy is about 80%. So there's that, but it's walking your audience through the process and being as open and transparent as possible and admitting when we don't know something. I think that's extremely important. It's okay to come up and say, I'm not sure if this is going to happen or not, but here's the evidence behind what I believe. And when you break that barrier and you form that relationship with your audience, I think, you're automatically put in a much better position. And if you're wrong, you just go back and you admit it and explain why. And that just builds up again, that trust factor. Looking at this storm in particular, even I was very hesitant to jump in on the GFS solution. I'm still not there yet, because I think that it's deepening the low a little bit too quickly, though I did see some dry air work in below 500 millibars. So I guess perhaps, but I think the model's not really grasping the idea that if it doesn't rapidly intensify, then automatically you're not looking at as much snow at the onset. There's going to be probably several hours of freezing or a wintry mix and some rain. Luckily, this isn't going to be like the storm a few weeks ago with the freezing rain and encase everything, and then it's going to warm up right after. So for anybody worried, yeah.
What will be interesting about all of that, I agree with you. I think that the GFS is definitely just dying on this hill, that it's going to rapidly intensify very quickly, certainly much closer to the coast. I am interested, though, because unlike this last system that we've had through the end of January, one thing that we are missing right now is just that preceding very cold air. I mean, it rained this morning, right? And temperatures even throughout the event are marginal, just sitting at around 32 degrees. So now you're looking at purely a situation which we will see snow, but the transition of when that happens, where that low sits, right? There's a very real scenario in which the Jersey Shore maybe starts with rain as we go through the day Sunday. And then as that low deepens, the dynamics take over, that cold air is forced in, then the snow happens. But now you're looking at, okay, well, it started as rain, the ground is wet. Now we're getting wet snowflakes that are, yes, starting to pile up, but does that start to shrink down the overall snow totals? Because that happens all the time, right? We talk about a snow forecast and it snows and we're getting snow rates that are really impressive, but the compact snow that eventually comes when people go to stick their rulers into it is then what leads people to believe that it busted, when not necessarily.
Right. 100%. And one of the things that I think we have to be cognizant of is relaying the information that, hey, just because the model is saying 10 inches of snow is going to pile up, it's not. It's saying what's actually going to fall out of the sky. And with the last event, we had ratios that were 15 to 20 to 1. So it was very light and fluffy and easy to accumulate. This is going to be like an 8 to 10 to 1. So a lot of it is going to be lost at the onset. And again, like you said, how long does it take for the dynamic cooling, the high vertical velocities to kick in? So these are the calculations that we are making behind the scenes and, trying to put it together into a snowfall forecast, because, a lot of people are like, oh, where's the map? It's too late. You're dragging your feet. Well, no, we want to be responsible and pragmatic about it so that you can prepare the right way.
Absolutely. So, but Nick, I mean, generally speaking, what's the sentiment of these folks? Because I know that I'm already getting it from my family, my friends. They're like, wait a second, winter should be over at this point. We've more than made up for the cold air and the lack of snow that we had over the course of the last few winter seasons. So I think, we know it's going to snow. We know there will be big impacts, especially right now along the Jersey Shore and then up across parts of coastal New England. You think folks are pretty much ready to hang it up? Maybe we get through one more and then let's pack it in.
I think I can gauge that based on my own enthusiasm for it, because even I was hoping that originally the Euro was going to go off to the east. I love snow, like I said at the top of the show, but I'm tired of it. Our snow just melted after 26 days. So I put together a little poll of sorts on Facebook yesterday, and I asked people, are you team snow or team no snow? And overwhelmingly, the majority of people said no, team no snow. But they can't be caught off guard because a few weeks ago, I told them there's going to be more winter. And unfortunately, with the volatile pattern ahead, maybe another sudden stratospheric warming event, I think we'll probably get another one into March at this point.
Listen, March can be one of those very unpredictable months. You never turn your back on it, especially on the I-95 corridor. It's not over till it's over. And we've seen years in the past where March has been even a more overproducer, an overachiever of snow than January 100%. And February combined. So Nick, this has been so fun to chat with you about just your process, because a lot of it is what we do here at Fox Weather as well. You know, accuracy, making sure that we are responsible and getting that forecast out there. And also too, I love the behind the scenes. There's so much of what we're doing as meteorologists, looking through the different pieces to the puzzle and the layers of the atmosphere. It's never cut and dry. And Mother Nature always has something up her sleeve. So Nor'easter Nick Pittman, thanks for joining us on Fox Weather today. And
thank you so much, Jane.
We'll see how everything shapes up this weekend.
Sounds good. See ya.